Welcome back. In this video we are going to continue exploring the special angle relationships when we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So let's take a look at alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. So again, notice we have if two parallel lines. Over here again I have if two parallel lines. That's one of the most important concepts we need to make sure we know for this unit. So if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then alternate interior angles. So let's take a look at a pair of alternate interior angles. So here's 3 and 6, and if you take a look at the picture, it looks like these would be congruent. These two, 3 and 6, are acute. They look like they'd be the same size. And then here's the other pair, 5 and 4. So those are obtuse angles, and we can see that those would look like they are congruent. And in fact, if we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, then the alternate interior angles are congruent. So the examples I have here, angle 3 would be congruent to angle 6, and angle 4 would be congruent to angle 5. And the same thing would be true about the alternate exterior angle. So here's 1 and 8. So those obtuse angles would be congruent if the lines are parallel. And then over here we have angle 7 and angle 2. They would also be congruent. So if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the alternate exterior angles are congruent. Alright, so our examples would be angle 1 congruent to angle 8, and angle 2 congruent to angle 7. Alright, so far we've got if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, the corresponding angles are congruent, the alternate interior angles are congruent, and the alternate exterior angles are congruent. So let's move on to same side interior and exterior angles. So let's highlight a pair of same side interior. So here's angle 3, which is acute, and here's angle 5, which is obtuse. So there's no way for these two to be equal to each other, but it looks like they may add up to 180, which would make them supplementary. And in fact, if our two lines are parallel, so let's put some parallel line markers in there since they're going to be parallel, then same side interior angles are going to add up to 180 or be supplementary. Okay, so if two parallel lines, remember these relationships only are created when the lines are parallel, are cut by a transversal, then same side interior angles are supplementary. Alright, so we could say that angle 3 is supplementary to angle 5, and then the other angles here we have are 4 and 6. Angle 4 is supplementary to angle 6. Let's take a look at a pair of same side exterior. So 1 and 7. Again, I have an obtuse angle up here, an acute angle down here. If I added those up, they would equal 180. So if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then same side exterior angles are also supplementary. So we would have angle 1 congruent to, supplementary to angle 7, and on the other side I would have angle 2 supplementary to angle 8. Alright, so that's it for special angles on parallel lines. Remember, these relationships are only true if the lines are parallel. So quick review, if I have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, then some types of the angles are going to be congruent. So the corresponding angles will be congruent. Remember, those are the ones that make the shape of an F. The alternate interior angles are going to be congruent. That's the N or the Z. The alternate exterior angles are going to be congruent. Those are the two V's flying away from each other. And same side interior and same side exterior are going to be supplementary. Alright, so if you have any questions, make sure you write those down and ask those when you see me or your teacher, and we'll see you in the next video.